What's up everybody, David Moss Jr. here, and today I'm gonna show you how you can make your own at-home indoor cold plunge where you don't have to use any ice. Check this out. All right, so the first thing you're gonna wanna get, and you can get these at any farm shop, Tractor Supply, is a 100-gallon trough. They're galvanized, there's a drain plug at the bottom if you need to empty it at all, but this is pretty much a galvanized steel 100-gallon trough. And really the only other stuff you'll need that I found is a water chiller. Now this is rated for up to 172 gallons. It's a 1/2 horsepower. You can obviously do your own research, find your own, but what I found is a lot of the cold plunges that sell for, you know, $4,000, $5,000 plus use this exact chiller. So the chiller is great, that makes the water nice and chilly. This is your pump, it's a submersible pump, so that'll go at the bottom. It has its own little filter built in, but I'm gonna add an extra skimmer. Now this will be indoors, so there won't be any debris, there won't be a lot of stuff that it's gonna have to clean out. My kids might throw toys in there, I'm sure, but at the end of the day, it should stay pretty clean. That's just in case, you know, something makes it through the line. I don't want it to get into the chiller. You'll need a couple clamps. All this, everything you see here, I ordered on Amazon, and I'll put the links in the description. And then I decided to go with the 1/2-inch black tubing so I can connect everything. And then I've got my plug right there behind the trough itself. So now I'm just gonna hook it up and we'll see what happens. So a few recommendations before you start is make sure your tub is clean. Just completely clean this. I mean, we've used it for a few things, so I'm recycling this one, but just full detailed it. Make sure you have a dedicated outlet, I would suggest. I mean, I'm sure you could plug it right into a regular outlet, but it's always better to have dedicated, especially if you plan on having this running continuously. The chiller itself pulls 5 to 6 amps continuously, plus the pump. So, you know, I already had this here, so this works out. This is my little gym. I got a sauna over there and some other stuff, so this is gonna be a great little setup. You also, I would suggest, so you could drain it if you ever need to, have it close to a window, have it outside if you want on a back porch. And then also you wanna have a water source, so make sure you have a hose that reaches here so you can fill it up pretty easy. So it's important to know that like the pump you get, the chiller you get, and the tube you get, and everything you get works with the same size tube. So I got 1/2-inch black tubing, and I needed to make sure that this pump also worked with the 1/2-inch, which was cool. It came with a lot of different tips, suction cups and all that stuff. So super versatile, which was awesome. But you wanna also make sure that your clamps work with a 1/2-inch, and you wanna make sure your chiller works with a 1/2-inch, because you don't wanna order all the stuff, get excited to set it up, and then something not fit. So make sure you check that before you order anything. Got the chiller and the pump where they need to be. Now I gotta attach it all. So if you watch any of my stories on Instagram, it's at DMoss Jr., you'll see that I have been, what up buddy? I've been doing the ice soaks, but I've been going to the gas station buying ice, and ice is expensive. It's $3 for 10 gallons of ice. So that's kind of nuts, right? That's why I justified buying this chiller. And yeah, so I've been doing it out here and it's been great, but you know, eventually it's gonna get really cold outside, and I got the sauna inside, so that's why I'm moving it inside. And I think this is gonna work. I haven't really seen many people do this. That's why I'm documenting this and gonna post this. Maybe it inspires somebody to make their own chiller. But yeah, I'm excited. It's all hooked up inside. I'll show you the tubing and how I set that up, and I'm grabbing the hose, I'm gonna fill it up. All right, so things are on. That's exciting. What do you think, babe? You're not in it. Things are on, things are working, and now we're just gonna continue filling it up and let this bad boy get us down to 50 to get started, and then we'll keep going lower and lower from there.
Daddy.
You in the sauna?
Yeah.
Are you gonna get in the cold tub?
No.
Too cold?
Yeah.
Oh no. All right, so what I did is I took the 1/2-inch tubing with the clamps, connected the chiller. One side of the hose is literally just the hose coming back into the tub, keeping the water circulating. It's my put a little strainer filter on there. And then I've connected the other part of the hose to the pump that's down there. Sorry if I'm talking a little weird, I just got out. I realized that the video I shot earlier of me showing the hoses was also when I was filling this up, and you couldn't hear me because the hose was too loud. So super simple. It was honestly like one of the easiest DIY projects ever. I encourage you to try it yourself. You know what makes me pretty excited about this? It's inside and it's quiet. You really can't hear anything. Maybe a little bit, but almost nothing. It's exciting. All right, so just got done with a good day at work. Just had a great after work workout, and things been running all day, super smooth. It's at 50 degrees already, which is awesome. So that'll be my first official cold plunge at 50. I've done them with ice, never had a thermometer. I don't really know how cold it was, and I did them outside. So I'm assuming this will probably be one of the colder cold plunges that I've done as of recent. So we'll see how that goes. But first, I started the sauna over here. I'm gonna get in the sauna and get really warm after a good workout so that I can get really cold. And then hopefully I can sleep tonight. That's gonna be the true test. But let's see how this thing works. And one quick thing before I jump in this. Last year, I volunteered in the CEO Soak for the ALS Association, the Florida chapter, and I'm gonna do the same thing this year. So I'm gonna post a link in the description below. If you or someone you know would like to donate to the ALS Association, I'm gonna post a link. Every dollar goes to the research to try to help find a cure for ALS. So I would love it if you could donate or share this video with somebody who knows about ALS and is willing to support. All right, so it's hard to tell, but I am dripping sweat in the sauna. And if you haven't, I would suggest, like, if you're watching this video, you probably know what the benefits are to a cold plunge, and you're like me, you're trying to save a little bit of money, do things yourself. So this is kind of like a do-it-yourself, build your own cold plunge where you don't have to constantly be filling it with ice. You don't have to use an ice chest that's meant for a freezer deep chest that's meant for food. I hope this works. You know, obviously this is kind of like a trial, so I think it's gonna work. It's the same chiller and kind of same stuff that these $5,000 setups that are selling out day and night are using, so I have a feeling it's gonna work pretty good. I might have to use some more ways to clean it. I did watch a video in like Costa Rica and stuff. They use little hydrogen peroxide in their smaller tubs and in their hot tubs and stuff instead of chlorine and instead of chemicals. Better for you as a human being, and it keeps the water nice and clean. So gonna probably play around with that a little bit, play around with UV lights to try to keep the water really clean. It's so cold, I don't see any bacteria really growing in it, but you know, you obviously gotta take care of that, especially if I'm gonna go from here, being all sweaty in the sauna, I'm gonna dry off the sweat and then jumping right in. So gotta keep the water clean and all that stuff. But yeah, if you're watching this video, you probably know the benefits to it. But if you're watching this video and you don't, do your own research and figure it out. You know, like, there's something to be said about jumping into freezing cold water. Like, it sucks. It sucks so bad. There's nothing about it that's fun. It takes your breath away. It immediately activates your entire body. Your body's like, we're gonna die. We need to activate every cell we can and stay alive. And I think that's part of the, I'm not a scientist, but that's part of the reasons it's so good for you, because it activates so many cells in your body. It burns fat, it boosts your immune system, it heightens your senses, it heightens your memory, your brain, it activates every nerve in your body. So those are the things that I've heard, but it's also the things that I've experienced, and that's why I decided to jump in and build one of these things. So I'm gonna sit in here for probably another 10 minutes, get even sweatier, and then I'm jumping in for the first time. At this point in the show, like, you've seen me build it, you don't have to watch me jump in it, you know what that's gonna look like. If you like this, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. You know, I'm not a big YouTuber, but I have no problem helping other people just like me, answering questions and kind of pointing you in the right direction through my experiences. If you want to subscribe, surprisingly, I have just under 500 subscribers. I never thought I would see that many subscribers on YouTube because I'm not a YouTuber and it's not really what I do. But it's kind of encouraged me to make some more videos on some of the fun things that I do outside of what I do for a living, which is I sell cars for Moss Family Automotive. And if you have a need for a car or anything like that, I'd love to help you out as well. We deliver cars all over the United States, so love to help you out there. In the meantime, appreciate you. Hit subscribe if you want to, like the video if you want to, I don't really care. I'm about to jump in this cold plunge. Have a great day and God bless. All right, hey, I have 4 kids, so the house is always a disaster no matter how hard we try. Oh dear. Oh my God. Here goes nothing. I don't know how I'm gonna record this. Single-handed. Oh my God. I hear putting your face under is always a good start. I don't know how to do this. That's cold. I might have filled it up too much. Or maybe it's just perfect. It's funny because I watched a few videos on YouTube of people getting in them and it doesn't look that intense until you get in it. Well, I'm in it, guys. It's 50, going on 49 degrees. I'm in the cold plunge. I'm gonna chill in here for, well, maybe 3 minutes. I think that's probably good. It's so good for you. I think it's always the questionable things, right? It's like, hey, this is good for you. You should do it. Says the guy selling crack behind a gas station. Don't do crack, but do a cold plunge. This is way better for you, I think. Have a great day. God bless.